Okay, get a load of it. Get a look at the stance of this one. HJ47, 11th month, 1984. HJ meaning it's got the H engine. This is a 2H, being the 11th month 84, and she's a doozy. Just look at it. Why would you want a Navara, a Triton? Why would you want a 79 when God put this on the planet? This is the real deal. This is what the girls are waving at the lights. This is the type of car when you're at the servo, the guy comes up and says, can I buy it? This is a man's rig. Brendan, you've done really well here. This one's heading up to Cairns, but before it does, let's talk about its backstory. What we do know about this one, it comes from Mount Isa. This one comes out on property of Mount Isa, probably hence why it's got surface rust and not rust. It's in really overall nice condition for something that's missing a bit of paint. So it comes from Mount Isa. It's made its way to Brisbane. And Brendan, the new owner, tells me the gentleman that owns it in Brisbane suffers from a bit of arthritis. Bless him, so he couldn't hold on to this one. It's getting a bit too difficult, so he's let it go, and that is where Brendan steps in. Brendan lives in Cairns, but while it's in Brisbane, shoot it to Mr Landcruiser. Mr Landcruiser, can you please do a roadworthy? So it's in here for a roadworthy. We're done. We're just waiting to put plates on this. There's a couple little things to go, but we're waiting to put plates on it and send it up to Cairns to start the new leg of its journey with Brendan. Now, Brendan already owns an HJ45, the 2F, 1984, but I think he's already decided this is his favourite. So that one, if you're in the Cairns region, you'll probably see it for sale in the future. And he's holding on to this one. He's gonna pour some money into this one, as in future plans to tickle the body, tidy her up a bit. But for now, it was roadworthy. And we'll start on the outside of this vehicle. Just look at it. Just look at that big bull bar. That's very old school. It would have been there the whole time. The scrub rails, that's very old school, very cool. Gonna smash a skippy and not hurt the car with that one. Might even hit a camel and keep driving. These rims, they're a Land Cruiser Hilux Chromie, but I looked at the dates on these ones, and they're dated 1985, so they're not period correct. They're not the 40 series ones, but they are a Land Cruiser Hilux Chromie. And also on this vehicle, behind me, the steel tray. This tray did have toolboxes on either side. Now it's one on the other side's got a lid, so I don't know if they'll just make this redundant. To me, that screams of a good place for a dual battery, that one. And at the back, we've got some big old ass mud flaps. They would have, a lot of guys that tow, it might have towed, it's got the tow ball, and to have mud flaps like that, he'd probably towed a van or a trailer or something. The exterior, a couple of little things we did in consolidating wiring and getting, this one's been off the road for a while, a lot of wiring. So we've got the brand new Japanese indicators straight off the shelf here at Mr Landcruiser. I do notice on the other side, it's quite a unique setup. I'm looking at where the UHF aerial is, and something else was going on there. I think it might be a high lift jack, because there's also mounting on the bottom step and mounting up the top there. So it might be similar to the high lift jacks that we run today. Under the bonnet, let's have a look. Look at this, isn't it a thing of beauty? The 2H, exactly how it was, how it is, how it should be. It's all there in place. The old airbox system, most of us run snorkels in the later years, and we do that now because we go through water and dusty roads, but this one's got the full original setup. Still taking air in nice and low where they always have. And this one thing you'll notice under the bonnet that you don't see under the bonnet of every 47 is this bad boy here. That is an air compressor. Those lines go all the way into the cab, and inside this vehicle we have aircon. The aircon that was fitted there since brand new. So it's not plumbed up, but it wouldn't take much. All the components are there, I see, so it wouldn't take much to get aircon back into this one, which I'm sure Brendan's only just purchased this, so let's see what he does in the future. As far as Mr Landcruiser goes, I see new things like the voltage regulator, part of the wiring, and there was a lot of wiring, so we did regs and relays, and the booster upgrade we've gone through. So a car has been sitting in a shed or not being driven at all for many years. So one thing, master the brake master, the clutch slave, the clutch master, pinion seals, everything cooling related, and anything perishable just perishes because it sits there, and we'll get the car running and things look sweet, but once we start pumping the clutch, driving it in the spare paddock and start moving the thing, that's when things just erupt after all them years. So Maxie and the boys went right through this one and ticked a lot of boxes to make sure that when it gets to Cairns, there's no more worry. Oh, well, actually add to this story, before it goes to Cairns, we get the number plates. Richard lives 200k round trip from Mr Landcruiser. He does 100k's each way. So cars like this, before they go home, Richard will take this home at least twice. When we're doing new engine, Richard will take it home 4 or 5 times and really run things in, because we want any leak, any loose nut to happen at Mr Landcruiser and not when it gets back to the customer. So the job's done, but now there's a little aftercare. We're going to run this home for a little while and make sure that when Brendan gets it, everything runs seamless. Check it out in here. I could travel Australia in this one. This is a beauty, nice and comfy on the original seats. Still got a bit of cushion in them. They've got the black duck seat covers. That would have saved them from tearing over the years. So they're a good quality seat cover. Everyone knows that. Good quality. The floor is unripped. I can't see a rip anywhere. It's still got the genuine flooring in this thing, which is fantastic. It's also got a really nice dash. Now, someone's breaking out the label maker back in the 70s or the 80s, or I should say in the 80s. They've broken out the label maker and stuck it everywhere. Light, power, spotties, horns, spare, fuel, reverse. They've got old school switches everywhere in the dash. They've drilled a few holes to do it, but it really looks period. I'll tell you what else looks period is the overhead console. Get a load of this thing. I'll turn the UHF on, turn the key on. It all still plumbs up and works. It's on channel 40, but that thing's got to be 1980s. It has to be 1980s. Old school gauges, old school switches, and above the passenger head, this is really cool, we've got a very old school drawer. This thing's all homemade, and I don't know, that just reeks of 1984. So I'd say this a nice sexy vinyl going on up there with old school speakers. So that's had to have been in there since day dot. And that's this vehicle inside. Oh, I've got to say, this is what your genuine aircon looks like. I was waffling outside. Well, that is your genuine aircon that pumps it out in the center of the vehicle and not the knee freezer. So it's a lot more friendly to the passenger as well, that one. All right, a couple little things I didn't mention is this is, I probably don't have to, but this is all steel. So up the top of the roof there, it's got the spotlight from being a shooter's rig. So in its life on the station, being a work vehicle, they would have gone out at night and killed the odd roo or pig. So that's really cool. That's still there. You can still utilise those and buy all that stuff still if you want. Very old, still there. A Thomas electric winch. Now that's got to be as near as old as the vehicle as well. Can't really date it, but that's a very old winch. And I've said it before, you can still kit those, still get all the parts. So I dare say that thing's still working as well. Brendan, again, you've done well, mate. You're gonna love this thing. Everyone's gonna love this thing. It's gonna turn heads in Cairns. It's time to get the plates on it, run some Ks up on it, and get this 11th month 1984 HJ47 back up to Cairns, its new home.